I joined the Air Force in 2008, mid 2008, and I felt it was a choice that was entirely up to me. My dad was all for it. Mom was a little hesitant on losing her baby boy, but I felt that it was very important for me to see other avenues of the world and things like that. I really wanted to travel the entire world. One of the things that my dad always did whenever we were younger traveling was we would driving up to Kentucky and such, and he'd say we would talk about places that he's been, and he's been all over the United States. And I remember thinking at a very young age that I wanted to do that, but bigger. I wanted to go to the world. March 11th, 2011 is the day is the 9.0 earthquake in Japan. It was the most memorable moment that I had in the United States Air Force. I believe it was a Friday, and it was after an exercise that we had where we were playing war games and pretending we were under attack with chemical warfare and such. So it was a lazy day. It was the day after the exercise, and then all of a sudden it hit. Following that day was probably the second most amazing experience in my Air Force career is of the United States just coming together, and all different branches. We had the Navy, we had the Air Force, we had the Army, all come out and provide humanitarian services to the people of Japan. We were doing search and rescue. We had all sorts of different things. We were airdropping food, medical supplies, had special forces, pararescue men come in, digging through houses and things like that, and pulling people out of houses and saving lives. December 19th, 2017 was my last day in the Air Force. Initially, it was just supposed to be a 4-year tour. I was just gonna go into the Air Force, see the world a little bit, and then ultimately come back to the thoroughbred industry. However, whenever that 4 years came up, I was in Japan, and I just got done having the experience of the earthquake, so I was really patriotic. And they also, they asked me if I would like to re-enlist. So I spoke to my dad about it for a couple weeks. Took that time to make my decision, and he ultimately told me, it was a deciding factor, the thoroughbred industry will always be here, so if you would like to do another 4, go ahead and do it. So I pulled the trigger, and I did another 4, which led me up to 8, and then after that, they kept giving me fairly good bases, but they said I had to extend my contract by 5-6 months, so what's another 5-6 months, right? And ultimately that led to about 10 years. As far as what I want to do in the industry, I want to be Summerfield. That's the ultimate goal. This year has been very, very, very good to my family and Summerfield sales as a whole. The American Pharaoh that we sold in Saratoga was amazing, and then the following to this sale in book 1 for the Curlin that we sold for $1.8 million. It's definitely been wonderful. Hopefully this will really open up people's eyes that we can handle these kind of animals, and we can produce them. So hopefully we'll get some more animals of that quality, and we'll be able to sell some more in the future.